Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cox Connections. Brad Grundmeyer, Director of Public Government Affairs for Cox, Louisiana. Thank you so much for tuning into our program, Cox Connections. In this segment, talking about a great organization, the Legacy Donor Foundation, Donate for Life. Happy to be joined in this segment by Miss Jeanette Slakey and Karoline Patrick, who are here to talk about the Legacy Donor Foundation and the great work that they've been doing really since, what, 1999?
1999,
Thank you both for coming by here today.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
And we were talking, Jeanette, we had met before a while back, and it's great to have you on. Really impressed the first time you came by and kind of gave us a presentation on the great work that the Legacy Donor Foundation has been doing, again, for what, nearly well over a decade now.
Yeah.
And the great work. Tell everybody a little bit about the mission and the vision of the organization.
Well, really, we are an organization that works to save and heal lives through donation by inspiring people to register as an organ donor. And ultimately, what we envision is a culture where donation is just a natural extension of life, that people just, you know, don't even really think about it, that they sign up. So.
And the nice part about it, what we're talking about is organ,
eye, and tissue.
And tissue, okay.
Yeah, and it's really important to incorporate all of that because, you know, we talk about saving lives, but tissue donation is an extremely important part of what we do, encouraging people to register because you heal lives through that. You can restore sight to people through corneal donation. People with bone cancer, you know, severe skin burns can be healed through tissue donation. So it's really important to include that.
And what I like in your mission, what you're trying to do is accomplish what you just spoke about for those three key areas, organ, eye, and tissue donors, but through three areas: education, advocacy, and outreach. Tell me a little bit about the educational aspect.
Well, that's actually really probably the most important aspect of what we do. And when we started off with really a public awareness campaign. And that was great in the beginning, but what we then realized was, okay, people are aware of the need for organ donation, but there's some barrier that's preventing them to register. So we started educational programs, and those are what we really believe are our foundation to encourage people to register.
And what was interesting, and I read that back in 1999 when you first started, it was not, you know, with 450,000.
450,000.
And now you've gotten it to, due to education and a lot of informed, because there's a lot of myths out there, I'm sure. A lot of assumptions or, you know, just, you know, folklore that's out there. But
urban legends.
What did you get it up to? I jumped ahead. How many did you get it up to?
We are going to be hopefully celebrating our 2 million mark probably this fall.
Still not enough, though. We're saying that.
No.
Because where do we fall as a state compared to other states on the donor side?
Well, okay, actually, interestingly enough, Louisiana is recognized as a leader in donation.
Yay. Good to be on the top of the list of something.
Exactly. In fact, last year we were ranked first in the nation for the rate at which people registered to be organ donors when they go into the DMV.
And I think a lot of that has to do, Jeanette, with, you know, kudos to you and your team for that, because I think people have a sense of comfort and understanding about what they're doing when they sign that, or when they, you know, some people do it probably, some people put a lot of thought into it, and I think it's all due to education and them understanding what they're actually doing.
Well, we want people to make an informed decision. We don't want somebody to make a decision based on any myths or misconceptions. And then we also want to make sure that they talk about that with their families so that, you know, God forbid, there are no surprises at the end of the day. So it really is all about education, dispelling those myths, those sort of things that we see on TV that, you know, drive me crazy.
Yeah, right. I'm sure. Tell me about now, from what really recently took place was a collaboration and created an organization or an entity called Donate Life Louisiana. Tell me about that.
Well, this was really an exciting progress that Louisiana has made. We have and Legacy, along with LOPA, the Louisiana Organ Procurement Agency, which is our statewide organ recovery agency that's responsible for recovering and placing organs for transplant. Together, we are the founding partners of Donate Life Louisiana, which is a collaboration of all organizations statewide that have an interest in donation and transplantation. So that includes the 3 transplant centers in the state. It includes all 3 eye banks. the National Kidney Foundation, the Office of Motor Vehicles, LOPA, Legacy, I'm going to miss somebody, Louisiana Hospital Association. It's a great collaboration where we all sit around the table and talk about what are we doing collectively and then in our individual organizations to impact the Louisiana Donor Registry.
Well, all of this, obviously, as we talked about on the area of education, the outreach, the advocacy, but one of the things you most recently decided to branch off is to do a student video at the heart of educating young people about organ and eye and tissue donation. What came about? Why did that seem like that was an avenue worth taking a look at?
Well, there's a couple reasons. First of all, Louisiana is one of a few states that has legislation that requires organ donation education in all driver's education programs so that they get that information to be able to make the decision when they're asked. Unfortunately, there's no curriculum. So the fastest way to sort of put something, what we thought, to put something together to educate them and the easiest for driver's education teachers was to do a video. And looked around the country to see what everybody else had done, and a lot of them are they're a little boring, just pretty much spouting facts. And in a way, I felt that a lot of them were adults, you know, taking the message of donation to young adults, and we wanted to change it up. We wanted young adults to be able to bring that message of donation to young adults. So as we thought as a group, a board, how do we do that? Our first thought was the video, and then who could help us with this? And it was
right here in the backyard. Noka.
We've got such a gem here.
It's called Donate Life, thanks to the collaboration with the folks over at the New Orleans Center for Creative Arts, NOCA. We'll get to Caroline on the other end of what we're getting ready to see. Kind of give us, I feel like David Letterman here. We've got the trailer ready. Give us a little promo of what we're getting ready to see.
Okay, so what this is really, it's a story about a young girl who has a heart condition, and she ultimately needs a heart transplant. And so they're talking about some donation issues, and what she's finding is that a lot of her friends don't understand it. They believe in a lot of the myths and misconceptions, and so that's really what we're seeing. All
right, folks, let's take a look at a piece done called Donate Life.
What's this weird stuff?
Oh, it's a Donate Life brochure.
What's it for?
It's about registering as an organ, eye, and tissue donor.
Oh, that sounds like something I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, same here. It's just not my thing.
Well, I'm an organ donor, and I don't see anything wrong with it.
Most of the organs probably go to the movie stars or rich people.
That's not true. One of my mom's friends got a liver transplant, and he's not rich or famous.
Oh, please. That's like 1 in a million. If the doctors had to choose between me and a famous person, we all know who'd get picked.
And not only that, but after I'm dead and the doctors take out all of the stuff that they need from me, my body will be all disfigured and weird. And personally, Emma, I'd rather my family not see me all chopped up at my funeral.
Look, when the doctors know you're an organ donor, their main priority is to get what they want and get it fast.
That's not true. You're just spouting myths. None of you know the facts.
Oh, now you want to talk?
Doctors always try to save lives first. That's what they do. To be an organ donor, doctors have to pronounce you brain dead, and even after that, there's a lot of testing and paperwork to go through. It's not a horror movie. Doctors don't just take a knife and chop you up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Do you miss the concept that organ donation saves people's lives?
Caroline, wow. Karoline Patrick, a student at NOCA, playing the role of Claire in that. Caroline, how did you get involved in this?
Well, Blake Cohealy, the head of the musical theater department at NOCA, asked me if I wanted to take part in this experience, and I thought it was for a great cause, and I was on board immediately.
What was your takeaway from this experience? Did you know much about this issue?
Actually, no, I didn't. And after, I learned so much that one organ donor can save 9 lives and help 50 others, and it's just really important to spread the message.
And what staggers me, you know, what is it, 1,800 people waiting?
Yeah, there's about 1,800 in Louisiana.
In Louisiana alone that are waiting for donors. So, you know, obviously as young people get ready to, you know, get a license and all that, you know, do you feel like the video helped educate you on making that decision and kind of dispelling a lot of the myths?
It did, it really did. But before I was an organ donor, it was something my mom and I talked about.
Excellent, very nice. And I think that's a very important part, is have a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
obviously you can't make the decision without talking to obviously your parents and making sure that that you're in agreement with that.
Absolutely. Oh, definitely. That's definitely one of the messages that we make sure is out there, that especially as young adults, because it's not a legally binding decision
Right.
until you reach the age of maturity, or 18. So yeah, it was a great experience. And the one thing that I loved about this, first of all, these students were so amazingly talented. They wrote this original script. They wrote lyrics to a song. They wrote the music. They acted, sang, danced.
I wouldn't expect anything less than NOCA. I mean, these guys do great work there.
They worked with a professional film crew and who was very patient with them and helped them understand even the behind the scenes, the editing. But the thing that I love about this is it's really inspirational.
Yeah.
It's not just shoving facts down your throat. It's like, wow, this is a cool thing to do. Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Yes. Well, let's let everybody know, Cal, we're about to a minute. Tell everybody the website, a phone number, and email if they want to know anything about the Legacy Donor Foundation and about what the video we just saw. Let us know.
Okay, well, Legacy Donor Foundation, our website is www.organawareness.org, and our phone number is 558-8900. And if you need information, it's info@organawareness.org.
Oh, easy.
So, and to go on and register as an organ donor, it's really easy. DonateLifeLA.org. And you can get information on donation there, and also we're on Facebook at Donate Life LA.
Facebook. Well, thank you both for coming by. Jeanette, Karoline, thank you so much. Congratulations on a job well done. Hope that leads to, maybe that might be the first of many. So good for you as well. Yeah, I hope so. And thanks for your continued passion for the great work that you guys are doing. Much appreciated. All right, everybody, that wraps it up for this segment. Again, learn more about the Legacy Donor Foundation at their website. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.